Okay, so here we go. One more of these. They tell you information about a trig function of one angle. The angle is x. And they ask you about some other angles here. Where to start? Boy, this is a trig class. Where to start? Draw a picture. Draw a triangle. It's all about triangles. This cosine x equals 4/5. Boy, that's a lot of information there. If I didn't have this information, I would draw this picture right here and say this is the angle x. There's a 4, there's a 5, so the cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse 4/5. I could then put this in here, and I probably didn't draw this to scale very well. But Pythagoras gives me that other side. Square root of 25 minus 16, which would be the square root of 9, so that side's 3. But they did give me this information. Cosecant of x is negative, which tells me the sine is negative. Means I got to be down in the third or fourth quadrant. So my angle actually, with the cosine positive, sine negative, I'm down here. So 4/5 like that, and this side ends up being -3. Okay, this is the angle. Either way, x is either this negative angle or x is this positive big angle. I can use all that information now to get these things because I've got identities. Sine of 2x is 2 sine x cosine x. Well, I can just look at this and say, hey, I know what the sine x and I know what the cosine x are. The sine of x now is -3/5. So I've got a 2, I've got a times -3/5, and times the cosine of x. Actually, cosine of x is given as 4/5 for a grand total of 8 times 3 is -24/25. Cosine 2x. Cosine 2x, there's 3 versions of this identity. I'm inclined to go with cosine squared x minus sine squared x. I know the cosine of x, it's right there. So I need 4/5 squared minus the sine of x, which is -3/5. And I need that squared. So I've got 16/25 minus 9/25 for a grand total of 16 minus 9, which would be 7/25. So 7/25. And the tangent, well, if I've got sine and cosine, then the tangent is just the quotient. So I've got -24/25 divided by 7/25 for a grand total of -24/7. Okay. They tell you one trig function of an angle. They tell me the cosine of x is 4/5. You know all of the trig functions because you've got 2 of the sides. You can use Pythagoras to get the other side, and now you've got them all. You might not know what quadrant you're in, but with any extra little bit of information, you can figure out that, hey, this is a quadrant 4 angle, so I know that the x is positive, the y is negative, the radius is positive. And I've got all that. Then, using identities, you can use this information to get information about other angles. Anyway, there's that one.